Now, let's say the Jets had an interest, and the price was a 2, escalating to a 1 based on performance numbers that had to be hit, whether it's games started, whether it's some other things that are utilized. Would you, Mr. Jet fan, 2-year deal, pay Favre a good amount of money, adjust the contract that you inherit, 3-year deal, forget what it's going to cost you right now. You can work with the cap, with the contract. Do you want Brett Favre to be your quarterback in 2008? Forget the Clemens, Pennington, budding controversy that could begin on Thursday. That will begin on Thursday, which has already begun, but will escalate starting with training camp on Thursday. How about we blow all that out of the water right now and put the Jets in the mix for Brett Favre? You want him? You don't want him? Get aboard. Ira starts us off. What's up, Ira?
Hey, Mike. How are you, Mike?
Favre for a 2, for or against?
Not doing it. I will not do it. I don't know if you heard Carl Banks with Evan this morning. I agree with Carl.
I don't know what Carl said.
Well, basically, this team's been built to run the ball, pound the ball, and he felt that Favre was not a good fit with this offense. And I agree with him. I also would really, really have a lot of doubt of his heart. If this guy retiring, unretiring, wants to play, doesn't want to play, there's no way I'm bringing him in here for 1 year. You know he's not going to give you 2 years because at the end of next season, you don't know if he's going to come back. And what happens if they bring him in, Mike? And let's say by some chance they're having a bad year and things aren't going well.
You're only giving up a 2 for him. What if you catch lightning in the bottle? You're giving up a 2 for him. You're not going to give up Clemens anyway. All you're doing is saying goodbye to Pennington, and you're giving up a number 2 pick.
Okay, I mean, that's hard to argue it. I mean, let's face it.
And Clemens will still be there when he goes, whatever year it is. I mean, whether you get 2 years out of Favre or not. Now, I understand, but they have 2 little backs and 1 fairly decent big back. It's not like they have a great big back, okay? They're going to have a good offensive line. They got 2 good pass catchers, okay, in Kotchery and Coles. They're both good pass catchers, and they need to get another burner so they can catch the long one. You got to find a burner somewhere. But you know what? I'm surprised, Ira. I would think you would be on board. But that's okay. It's a good call. Thank you.
No, it's only because it's the 1 year. I just don't want to go for 1 year.
Well, you know what? They would ask him, I would think, if they would never do it for 1 year. You'd have to, whatever team it was, you would have to ask Favre to come in for more than 1 year. Ken in Deer Park, what do you got, Ken?
Hey, Mike. Long time no talk.
What's up?
I don't know how these Jet fans, especially Ira, could say no. I mean, look, I'm 39 years old. I've been a Jet fan my whole life. I've seen a few close calls. We haven't had a superstar quarterback in here. He can energize this team for a couple of years. He could help maybe Clemens along the way. Pennington is, he's a serviceable quarterback, but he's not going to do it. The football is a game and now. And just think of how many jerseys, Brett Favre Jet jerseys, will be sold. And they're talking about these licensing fees. If they want to energize the fan base and get them to pay these fees, they need something like this, and it's our best chance to win. He's still a great player, and he could keep his green wardrobe.
All right. Yes from Ken. Ted in Staten Island. What do you got, Ted?
How you doing this afternoon, Mike?
Right,
I am a longtime Jet fan, 43 years old. I have 4 Jet jerseys and 1 Brett Favre jersey. I think his presence, his arm, his ability would energize it. I mean, I had four games to go to last year, and I didn't go to them after the second half of the season because I just had no more heart.
So you say yes, that's 2-2. Let's get 2 more in before we get to Mink. Kevin in Rivervale. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
What do you got?
Long time Jets fan, 51 years old. Watch him back in the day. Broadway Brett, bring him in, man. Change the whole landscape of the division.
All right. He says yes. Let's get to Greg. Greg, what do you got?
Hey, Mike, how you doing? I say definitely bring Brett in. I think an angry Brett is an excellent Brett. He's going to play so angry and so motivated. I think he'll definitely lead them to the playoffs.
All right, 4-2 in our first 6. We'll keep this up. If you're a Jet fan, make it Jet fans only. Favre, no Favre, for a 2 that could escalate to a 1 if he had a big year.